Okay.
Okay. Welcome back to the fourth and final module. You're almost there with your recertification, and then don't forget you're going to answer 3 or 4 questions that are attached to the email that came with these links, and email them back to me at denise@agelessgrace.com. And they're very easy. They're not simple question, difficult questions or anything like that. So the tool number 15 that we're going to start with is called Balancing Act. Very, very important tool. The actual group of tools in this section, the first 2 require some time and attention. The last 5 are so simple and easy, it's almost ridiculous. However, they're really important and critical to the well-being of people who are practicing Ageless Grace and want to stay youthfully functional. So Balancing Act, guess what it's for? It's for balance. Except what most people don't know is that for upright balance, there are really 3 balance points of the body that we want to focus on. Technically, every part of the body has a balance point. Like the palm of my hands, if I wanted to do a handstand, have a balance point. But the 3 that we need to focus on is the balance point of the feet, which is at the base of the 2nd and 3rd toe, between that 2nd and 3rd toe, but of course not on the top of the foot, but on the pad of the foot down here. It's right down here on the pad. So you must be on that balance point in order to be balanced. Now we can practice this standing up, and you can even practice it behind a chair. However, we practice it always in Ageless Grace seated, because you wouldn't go on a trapeze up above the big top in order to learn to do the trapeze. You would practice down close to the floor. So we're going to practice seated, all the things we need to do for good balance. And then later on, if the students are able, you can say to them, in your practice at home, you might get up and hold on to the back of the chair and practice these things. So what we want to do for this is we want to really raise the foot up onto that balance point, which means the heels need to be high off the floor. And we're going to do several different exercises to strengthen the muscles, to make them more flexible, to strengthen the ankles and help them to have more stamina, and to make the toes more flexible. Because even though you know where the balance point is, and we're going to create a neural pathway that's going to that balance point so that the body just automatically knows that that is my balance point. And in order to be in balance, I must be up on that balance point. In order to create that neural pathway, we're going to reinforce repetitive movement on that balance point of the feet, and even saying it out loud. The second balance point is in the center of the body, and it is the center point of the body. It's about 2 fingers below the belly button or navel, and not in front of you and not in back of you, but inside the center of you. So if we measured from the top down and the bottom up and the right side in and the front to the back, that's the center point of the body. Which means, according to the laws of physics, everything else, the arms, the head, the legs, the feet, have to organize themselves around that center point in order for the body to be in balance. So we're going to practice balancing and being around that center point of the body so that when we stand up and need to do that and change it, it'll feel natural to us. The third balance point is there are 3 little spiral canals in the ear, and they have fluid in them, and that fluid is ideally really fluid. It's very liquid, especially when we're born. It's a little like ballast. Inside that fluid there are little teeny weeny crystals or particles of bone, and they move back and forth in the fluid, and they basically sort of help us keep a horizon line in the head. But as we live longer and don't move the head around a lot, that fluid can become more and more gel-like and thick and sluggish, so that it stays over on the left-hand side when we move our head to that side or this side, or it stays forward or down longer, and then when we straighten up, the fluid's still over there because it's really gel, and it makes us feel dizzy or even have vertigo, which can make you feel very nauseous. The cure for vertigo, the actual cure, not something, a pill to make it feel better, like a Dramamine or something, but the actual cure is to move the head from side to side, up and down, all around, as rapidly as you can, seated, as many days as it takes for it to go away when you don't feel dizzy anymore. So we're going to work on those 3 balance points, how to get this gel that is in most people's ears to become more fluid, how to balance and organize the body parts around the center point, and how to find the balance point of the feet and create neural pathways so that we always can find that balance point. Now I'm going to do this in one song. You could break this apart when you're teaching it. You could take one whole song and just work on the balance point of the feet, another song and just work on the center point, another song and work on the 3 canals of the ear. You could certainly do a workshop on this that's an hour, hour and a half long, teaching people and letting them practice how to do this and understand it completely and fully. But I'm going to do it in one song. It's a little bit longer. It's 4.5 minutes long. So you can see that you can actually teach all this in one song. So I'm going to put the music on, and we're going to start off with the balance point of the feet. And I want you to prance, basically, up and down. And every time you land, I want you to consciously choose to land on the balance point of the foot. So it's at the base of the second toe, between the second and third toe, on the pad of the foot. And so we're going to say out loud, balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point. Now I want you to walk it all around like this and see if you can land on the balance point of the feet, no matter where the foot's landing, out in front, over to the side, a little under the chair. And we're going to say it again, balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point. Now bring the feet in close together, and it's a good thing we're in a chair with arms, but you can also do this in a chair with no arms, because we're going to push down into the feet, but more importantly we're going to lift up into the top of the head. So lift up and sit down, and you can just lift a little off the seat, or you can lift a lot off the seat. It's up to you. And you're pressing down into that balance point. You're building strength and stamina in the ankles and flexibility in the toes. So again, let's say it. Balance point, balance point, balance point, balance point. Lift the head up, think of the head. Head's lifting up, and then automatically the feet are going to push down when the head's lifting up. Balance point, balance point. Good. Now we're going to move to the center point of the body, and see, I don't pause in between. I go right into it. I get them to start to move their center point around, and then I get them to move their hands, their feet, their legs, and their arms, and their head around that center point. Much like the elements of a mobile would balance around the center point to stay in harmony and balance. And I like to give them funny sounds to make when they're doing this so they don't feel afraid. You don't want to say things like, oh no, I'm falling. You want to say things like, wee, woo, or give them an imagery like pretend you're an astronaut in outer space and you're floating from here to there. You can hold it with one hand and come back again. Whoa, woo, whoa, wee, woo, whoa, wee, whoa, wee, whoa. And then let's move on and let's go to the third balance point, which is in the ears. And I always say after that, hold on to your chair in case you feel dizzy, and just start to say no. But I don't like them to just say no. I like to give them imagery, and I say no like a 7-year-old child would. No! And maybe give them some ideas like, no, I don't want to clean my room. No, I don't want to eat liver and onions. No, don't make me take care of my baby brother. No, I don't want to go to school. No, no, don't make me do my chores. And then say, yes, I want a banana split. I want to play hooky from school. I want a big allowance. Yeah, with enthusiasm and gusto, like a little child would do it. Big yes, big no. No, no, I don't want to do that. Don't make me do that, Mom. I don't want to go to bed. No, yeah, I want to stay up all night. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Excuse me, got myself choked. Yeah, I want candy bars. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. No, Mom, don't make me take my vitamins. Yeah, let me take my candy bars. Yeah. Now let's do a little bit of all three of those. Hold on to your chair, because you can feel dizzy after moving your head like that. And let's do a little bit of prancing and moving it all around. And then let's play with a little on and off balance while we're doing it. Whoa, and then shake your head. No, no way. Or yes. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. Good. Yeah. And then when you're ready, hold on to your chair, because you will feel a little dizzy at the end. But that's balancing act, and it works all three balance points of the body. Now the next one, tool number 16, is called Breathe Out Loud. It's for oxygenation of the bloodstream, the cells, and the brain. Most people focus on the inhale. We breathe in, we gasp, we take a breath in, and then we hold it. It's very common in our cultures today that we hold it while we're working on the computer or using the mouse, or while we're typing something in, or while we're driving, or while we're working on our BlackBerry or our smartphone. We hold the breath and it just seeps out very slowly. So what we need to do is focus on the exhale so that we're emptying all that oxygen out of the lungs so that fresh new oxygen will come flowing in. So the way we do that is by making sounds, noises, onomatopoeia, singing, humming, whistling, doing tongue twisters, vowels, counting, anything out loud. Imaginary situations like pretending you just won the lottery and cheering, or that you're at your favorite ball game and your team's tied and it's the overtime and they're winning, so that you can make lots of noise. This not only helps with the oxygenation of the bloodstream, the cells in the brain, but it really gets the heart rate up, and it really helps with attitudes and beliefs. It releases endorphins. So I'm just going to give you a few examples, but there's literally a million things that you could do. I don't use any music for this one because we're going to make so much noise that the music would just be a distraction. So for example, you could make vowel sounds. You could say them one at a time very slowly, like A. Or you could say them all together really quickly. A-E-I-O-U, 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 A-E-I-O-U. If you can add in some body movements with it, it's a fun thing to do. So for example, you might go A, E, and go through the vowels. And you might say A-E-I-O-U, 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 A-E-I-O-U. So that you're making the sounds, but you're also moving at the same time. You could count, and you could count even numbers up to 10 and back again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, as fast as you can. When you're doing these patterns or sequences or words or phrases or sounds, you want to repeat it 10 or 12 times at least. And the reason is if you just do 3 or 4 of them, then you're not having to inhale and exhale. You're really only exhaling. We want the inhale to happen in there as well. So whatever I'm showing you, I'm only going to show you a few of to give you several examples. But when you actually do it in class, you would repeat it 10, 12, 14 times at least. Like you would repeat that A-E-I-O-U over and over and over again. Or say that long A-E-I-O-U several times for each of the vowels. Now, another thing that you could do, and by the way, counting and vowels and things that anybody would know from like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade are very good to use with people who have cognitive decline, because they remember those things that they learned very, very early on in life, and they feel very successful doing those things. They also remember songs that they learned when they were children, humming, whistling. They're very good at this, and they need to oxygenate because they hold their breath a lot. They're under a lot of stress and emotional tension over what's going on with them cognitively. So to get them to make lots of sound is very important through all of the tools, not just breathe out loud. Now, another thing that we could do is whistle. And I always like to say, because many people can't whistle, it doesn't matter if you can whistle, just do what Lauren Bacall said to Humphrey Bogart and put your lips together and blow. So I will start to whistle, and if it only noises come out, or the whistling of the wind, that's okay, it doesn't matter. So you could just whistle anything or a song. So I'm going to whistle anything. Again, you would do this for a prolonged period of time so that people would actually have to breathe in and out. Humming is another great one. You could hum a real song, or you could just hum. We're going to hum Old MacDonald. And I might go through that entire song literally 3 or 4 times before we stop humming, so that they get that chance to inhale and exhale. Onomatopoeia sounds like it the way it's spelled, and vice versa, spelled like the way it sounds. So how about windshield wipers? Swish, 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 swish. Or how about popcorn, which is very erratic, of course. Pop, 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 pop. They love doing that, and again, for a prolonged period of time. Or how about onomatopoeia like a cat's hiss. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Salsa's in the room, that little Salsa who's been walking around. Hiss, hiss, she's looking at me. Hiss, hiss. Sounds that's making the breath come out of the body. Tongue twisters. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? See, I can't say it once. She sells seashells at the seashore. Betty Bright bought a bit of bitter butter. Big black bug's blood. A little boy taught me that one. There are so many that you could do. Red leather, yellow leather. See, I can't do that once either. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Say at the beginning, you're going to get mixed up and say funny words. Don't stop. Just keep repeating it 10, 12, 14 times. Singing. You always want to sing songs that are childhood songs, songs that we all remember, easy, simple, have happy memories, release endorphins, right? So you might sing, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, Row, row, row your boat, she'll be coming round the mountain, Maresy Dotes and Dozy Dotes and Little Lambsy Divey. There are lots and lots of songs that you can sing. Ask your students for ideas. Most songs that we learned at camp or as kids are very, very simple. So it's easy for someone to sing a little line or two from a song and everybody else picks it up very, very easily. So one I love to use is My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, and you raise your hands up or down every time you come to a B word. Like My Bonnie lies over the ocean, My Bonnie lies over the sea, My Bonnie lies over the ocean, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, and you go on like that. So kids songs are great for this, and you want to go on and do this for at least 4 or 5 minutes, the same way you might do a regular tool. Now, that was Breathe Out Loud. It's for oxygenation of the bloodstream in the brain. Tools 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 are really, really simple, really quick, really easy, and very important. Very important. So they don't need to be left out. You want to practice them. Tool number 17 is called Grab Bag. It's for dexterity of the hands and fingers, very critical and very important, and most people are surprised at how quickly their hands and arms get tired when they're doing this. They're very surprised at how quickly it happens. So I'm going to look here for a song. And we're going to grab, and it's pretty fast. So you want to really open and close the hand. You want to give them ideas of something big to grab so that they're not doing this, but instead they're doing this with great big grabbing motions. Now this would be correct, but why not move it all around? So let's imagine you're picking up grapefruits in Florida, and there's great big grapefruits, and then some are on the ground, and some have fallen under the chair, and some are over here, and some are behind the head. Now watch your hands with your eyes, so we're helping the eye-hand coordination as well as the big hands. Now let's imagine we're picking lemons, and we're going to add a little twist. Twist, 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 twist. Now fast. Twist, 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 twist. Now a fun thing to do with this one is to change the directions of the hands. For example, the palms might be up and you're grabbing something, or the palms might go out and you're grabbing something, or they might be down, or they might be forward, or they might be over your head, or how about behind you? So that not only are you working the hands continuously, you're working the chest, the back, the arms, the heart's getting into it. Now let's imagine that we are grabbing something wonderful that we want a lot of, like Dove bars or chocolate bars or $100 bills. Now let's see how fast we can go. Grab, 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 grab. Grab, 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 grab. Grab, 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 grab. How fast can you go? Let's see if you can get the most $100 bills. Keep going, keep going. Don't stop. Turn them up. Turn the palms up. Grab, 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 grab. Who's going to get the most? Who's going to get the most? Grab, grab, grab. Now I'm going to stop it. And I'm stopping it on purpose at 2 minutes because I like people to feel, wow, in only 2 minutes, look how tired my hands are. Look how tired my forearms are. Look how much my breathing is elevated. People are surprised, aren't they, salsa? They're surprised at how weak their arms are, even 20-year-olds, even 7-year-olds. So it shows them that they really do need to work those 32 muscles in each hand more than they imagine that they do. So that's grab bag. There's nothing to it. It's very simple, but you do want to move them around and move them in different directions. Tool number 18, it is so simple. It's shaking. It's called Shake It Up Baby, and yet it's probably one of the most valuable tools. Shaking not only works the myofascial or connective tissue, that's its #1 reason for myofascial release, and that is between the skin and the muscle. It's everywhere in our entire body, and it's another reason this program is so important to do first thing in the morning, because the myofascia gets fuzz on it. I've mentioned to some of you to go to YouTube and see the Fuzz speech by Dr. Gil Headley, and it's fascinating how the fuzz grows on the myofascia while we sleep at night, and the only thing to make it more supple and good is to move first thing in the morning. So Ageless Grace is perfect for that. He even says about 10 minutes would be good, and so we have it built into all these tools, but especially Shake It Up Baby. It also, shaking, releases or produces a protein in the body called collagen, which is the youth protein, and it reduces the production of a hormone in the body called cortisol, which is the stress hormone. It stimulates the nervous system, and it also calms us down. When we finish, it allows the body to actually relax. So I'm going to put on a song, and we're going to do a little bit of shaking. And I'm just going to use the rest of this song that we were started where I stopped it. So here we go. So start shaking a hand, and then shake the other leg, and really shake. Now the way you can tell you're shaking is if you make a noise or a sound and it vibrates. So you want to go, other side, hand, leg, both legs. Shake your shoulders. Shake an arm. Arm and opposite leg. Shake your nose. Shake your belly button. Shake your back. Shake your tail feathers. So when you stop, it's very relaxing, and it's very cardiovascular, by the way. We only did that for 1 minute and 20 seconds. So can you imagine when you do it to a song that's 2 or 3 minutes long or more? Wonderful exercise, very important. Tool number 19 is Team Fit. Easy. It's playing sports. It's for muscle mass and coordination. That's the primary benefit. Myofascial release was the other tool number 18, Shake It Up Baby. Tool number 19 for muscle mass and coordination. So it's any sport you can think of, sitting in a chair and seeing how you can do it. So again, I'm going to put on a little music and think out of the box. It's easy to think of baseball, football, basketball, those are kinds of obvious things. But how about ice hockey? Let's skate. Get your skates going. Get out your hockey puck. Now you've got to keep skating the whole time you're hitting with the hockey puck, right? And of course, you could also be the goalie, where you've got to protect the goal, protect it, oh no, at all costs. Don't let them score it, don't let that puck get through there. Protect it, protect it. And you know what else happens at almost every hockey game? A fight. Let's have a little fight, right? Oh yeah, the fans, the hockey players, everybody's into it. All right, okay. How about the pogo stick? That is a sport. Yes, it is. Boing, 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 boing. Or roller skates. Or a jump rope. And you can even sing a little song. Or count while you're doing the jump rope. You can throw a frisbee, first with one hand and then with the other. Or how about cross-country skis? Here we go. Or how about downhill skis? Let me see you. Edge those edges. Get on those edges. Yeah, here we go. Edge. And yes, could you do swimming? Even though there's a tool called dive in? Absolutely. I just wouldn't do them in the same class. But you could certainly do swimming. Or how about surfboarding? Put one foot on your surfboard. Whoa! Whoa! Let's do a few tricks. Hang 10. Get those toes over there. Switch feet. Whoa! How about bicycle racing? Here we go. Let's go. Get those feet going. How about volleyball? Huh! 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 Here you go, let's hula. Woo, yeah. Get that hula going. How about can you go the other direction? Whoa. Oh, yeah. Here we go. How about figure skating, ice skating? Beautiful. Elegant. And that would be Team Fit. For muscle mass and coordination. The next one, tool number 20, is called Get Down, Get Up. It's for the muscle of the heart. And I like to say it that way because many people, when you just say cardiovascular conditioning, people think of moving large muscle groups in order to get the heart to beat faster. We're going to actually move the heart in order to make the heart move faster. We're going to lower it down. That's the get down part. We're going to come back to center. That's the comma, get down, comma. We're going to raise the heart up a little bit. That's the get up. And then we're going to come back to center. That's the exclamation point. Get down, comma, get up, exclamation point. So I'm going to put some music on and we're going to do it. Do it to it. So hold the hands here, make the legs wide because we're going to lower the heart down. We're going to come back to center. We're going to raise it up and we're going to come back to center. So chest down, into center, chest up, into center. But we're going to do it in time to the music. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Get up, get down. And you always come back to center. You don't just go straight from down to up. Up, down. Get down, get up. Get down, get up. Now if you want to make this more intense, but you don't have to. You can always tell your students you can stay right here. You don't need to increase the range of motion unless you want to. But if you wanted to, you go down, up, further down, further up, further down, further up, further down, further up. Now you can see I'm moving pretty fast. I like to really keep the music quick on this. Now if you want to add a little bit of twist to the heart, you can take the hands and reach over to one side and up to the other. Down. You can do it with one hand, or 2. It's a little more challenging with 2. Down, center, up, center. Don't go straight from down to up, but stop in the center each time. Now other side, down, center, up, center. Down, center. Remember this is to get the muscle of the heart beating faster. And for most people, if you just go down, up, that's more than enough. That's plenty. But for other people, they want to increase it. Now let's bring the feet in close and go down, center, up, center. Down, center, up, center. You could even go down, center, push up the top of the head and use the hands. That can be done on a chair with no arms, but you're thinking of pushing up. You don't think of push down, think of lift up. And that could be up, and you could just raise a little bit off the seat. Yes, I'm out of breath. That's what it's for, the muscle of the heart. And then the last tool is called Dance Party. And it's one of the only tools that's really focused on something other than a body part. It's going to move all the things that we've moved in the previous 20 tools. However, it's going to really focus on emotional expression, something very important for people to laugh, to have fun, to have a good time, to express themselves, especially as we live longer, but that's true of children as well as adults. So I always like to say, choose a really upbeat, fun song that you want to do for this. You know, you want to really have a good time with this. And most people will dance for a little while on their own, but you need to guide them. You need to give them ideas, because after about 30, 45 seconds, people are like, well, now what else can I do? So these are some ideas of ways to guide people. You can guide them with the body part, or you can guide them with the dance, or you can guide them with imagery. So I'm going to put some music on. So we're going to start off, and we're going to do the old dance called the swing, like this. Now remember this part where you hold your nose, and then you swim some more, and then you hold your nose with the other hand, and swim some more. Now there's also a dance called the pony, where you do a little prancing. And there was a dance called the jerk, where you jerked your head and your arms from side to side. There was a dance called the twist. There's hundreds of dances. There was a dance called the hitchhike. But I could also just say something like, everybody dance your feet. So it doesn't matter if you do it right or know how to do the dance, you're just dancing your feet. Or how about everybody dance your arms? Or how about everybody dance your belly button, my favorite body part? How about cha-cha-cha, 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 cha-cha-cha. Or how about a little bit of slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 slow, slow. How about the monkey? How about imagining you're dancing with your partner on Dancing with the Stars? Whee! I just got dipped. Whee! Or how about if we're the backup group for a singer? Diana Ross and the Springs. How about the Freddie? Remember that dance? And of course, a dance is the shimmy shake. Not to be confused with shake it up, baby. Shimmy shake. And then there was a thing that Madonna brought into vogue called voguing. Pose, pose, 21. So those are the 21 tools. That's just a few ideas of what I could show you in a short amount of time. Get creative with it. Ask your students for ideas, whether they're children, whether they're adults, whether they're seniors, whether they're baby boomers. Ask them for ideas and play with it. The whole point is play instead of living limited. So after this module, you're completed with your recertification. All you have to do is fill out the attached little test quiz and give the answers and mail it to me, email it to me at denise@agelessgrace.com. I adore and appreciate and honor and respect every one of you as educators, and I hope and pray that this motivates those of you who haven't been teaching or who were teaching and stopped to get going again, because to share these tools can really truly change the model of aging in the world, but more importantly, it can change the quality of life for one person at a time. And so thank you all for being here with me today.